Alright guys, this is Mike Glasgow here, and it's time for the battle against Glasgorium and his Manchester United. Pretty much, he said he was gonna send the invite whenever he was ready. I mean, I could obviously send the invite as well. So, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Challenge him in Draft League tier against the show all teams. I'll just send it to him since he doesn't know. Draft League tier. The IBA Season 2 Week 1. I don't think he's ever been on Battle Area, so we're just gonna help him out there. Pretty much, if you haven't seen the team builder, make sure you go check it out. Link will be in the description. And yeah. Anyways, the background obviously has changed and they went back to the original Showdown look. He has appeared to bring both Tentacool and so you too. Tentacool, pretty much everything that's Earthquake weak. I'm actually gonna check just real quick, maybe if you guys can see a little more in the chat. Yeah, there we go. So this maybe doesn't look the best, and but I wanted you guys to be able to see the full chat just for this special occasion. Anyway, I know you guys probably won't on my Showdown Lives because I do it with the other program, but we are going to ignore spectators and opponent just because I'm not a fan of all that while we battle. So I am going to lead the Cobalion. Pretty much go for a yeah, okay, we gotta do a study on that, and we're gonna go for the Volt Switch turn 1. What's the solid switch in it? Okay, so he wants to lead Crocodile, I guess, to get up rocks. We can't just fire off a huge close combat here. I actually want to go and look up the calcs, because I don't remember off the top of my head. But we are battling on the same day I did my other stuff, like my team builder and everything. So that's all good. We are going to import our sets, because that should probably be a smart idea. OU, Control C, Control V. Alright, so let's check Cobalion. Only game with you against a Krook. Assuming Stealth Rock lead set. If we are -1, this should still KO. Can he KO me with Earthquake? No. Unless he, yeah, even if he's adamant. Kinda just want to click it. No holding back. It's turn 1. We gotta make the ballsy plays. We're gonna click it and just hopefully get rid of this Crocodile right off the start, and that should open the door for a couple of things like the Aggron and the Skuntank in the back. If he doesn't really have a good solid switch in, and anything that he wants to switch into, we can Volt Switch out on, outside of Megalopony, but I don't think Megalopony is a switch in at all. So this is actually a good lead. Since we are Expert Belt, he might assume that he can't KO. Oh wow, actually, so he's gonna set up the Stealth Rocks. We know we do outspeed. We can go for X-Scissor here, assuming that a Psychic type's gonna come in. We can't Volt Switch out on this thing at -1 attack. Okay, so he definitely was a lot more bulky than I expected. But we are going to at -1 X-Scissor from a more bulky, I guess max HP. Yeah, it definitely seems like max HP. Max HP should still die to X-Scissor, and we'll cover any doubles he wants to go for. We do show that we are faster than him. And yeah, so we are going to go for this, and it does hit Mew on switch in. Only is about 34. We can actually figure out what kind of Mew that is from that kind of damage. Utility Mew would take 40% from that, so it definitely has a lot more defense investment. Can we get max? Yes, that is definitely a lot more defense investment. And we're gonna Volt Switch out and go hard into. We don't really have any hazard removal, I don't think. But hopefully these hazards don't hurt us too much. We are going to Volt Switch out and go into Skuntank. If he wants to be defensive Scarf Mew, then that's good prep on his part, I guess, to beat this. But I don't think that's even a set or anything you'd be worth bringing. I think we're just going to Volt Switch out here and then watch him go for the Soft Boiled or Roost or what any kind of move he wants to use to recover. Mew gets a whole ton of them. He actually going to go right back into Crocodile, so he does get that play right. Although, does -2... We actually got to set it to -1, because then when Krook comes in, it'll be We're just gonna click close combat again. There's really nothing that I don't think he gained out of making that play except another intimidate. I guess he was predicting a hard swap, maybe he was predicting the hard swap in a skunk tank. Although now we get to go for this, and we can volt switch out on this. And if he wants to make the play right back into Crocodile, then go for it, buddy. But we are definitely clicking volt switch. Because once the crew comes back in, okay, so we finally get the volt switch off, and this time we can go into. What's our switch into this? I mean, yeah, we do have hazard removal in this, though. Alright, I'm kind of dumb about that. We have, that did about 22% on the volt switch. This is kind of chipped down and weakened. We can go out into Aggron, although we are rock type, so we don't really take a Scald too well. We'll go for, I guess we'll go into Skunk Tank. See what he really wants to go for. Okay, yeah, he was going to go for the Scald. Well, we do take that. Not really well, but just well enough. He did not bring the Magnet Pullmon. I guess he didn't feel like his magnets were strong enough against us. I don't know. I guess we can defog here. We can also go for the HP ground. I think we're just going to defog, see what he wants to go for before we try to make a play. Obviously, you got Crocodile, I guess, to set up the rocks again. I want to make the play out into Buzzwole. And then, I'm actually going to make the play out into Buzzwole. If he wants to get the rocks up again, go for it. We can easily leech seed here, or leech life, and not leech seed. Leech life here, and try to get some HP back. If he wants to go out into Skarmory, that's a good play. I don't have anything to touch Skarmory. Superpower is a 2 KO. We can easily go out into Aggron and try to do something against this. Obviously, we avoid the Toxic being one of the big things. We can fire off an Earthquake, anything that wants to come in. We can Heavy Slam anything that wants to come in as well. So I believe firing off an Earthquake would probably be the big choice. Unless he wants to stay in with Skarmory. We can also go for the Earthquake. I mean, we can go Heavy Slam as well. But that doesn't really hit his Fire type that might want to come in, or Tentacle as well. So we're actually going to go for the Earthquake, as he decides to stay in, actually, and go for the Whirlwind. Alright, so we made the wrong play there, but we do get to go into Buzzwoke. And he did bring Florges, actually, now that I just realized it. He actually didn't bring Florges, now that I see that I brought all these moves to beat Florges and we don't even need it. Alright, so we can go for Superpower, I guess, to chip it down, but I don't really want to do that. I'm just going to go out into Aggron again. See what okay, he's just steady going to Whirlwind. And we keep getting Buzzwole, which kind of sucks. So you know what? We're just going to fire off the Superpower here. You know, if you want to keep switching this out, we're going to fire off this huge Superpower, which should 2k and mute from the HP it's at. Oh, jeez, that doesn't even 2k a Skarm. And he's going to fire off the Toxic now. I don't like the fact that we're getting so weakened. But we'll go out to the OG Team Skull member. And we're just going to fire off a Fire Blast here. Or Flamethrower. Does he know we have Flamethrower? I doubt it, but if he does, good job. He is getting all that HP back on Crocodile, which I don't like at all. He's staying in here. I just can't stand Skarmory, dude. And I should have probably brought Rotom Heat, but I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't bring Rotom Heat. Felt like I was bringing. All right, so he's gonna go into Crocodile. What does you know? We have Flamethrower. We hit a crit. I do feel bad about that, just because that might have mattered a little bit. Skarmory's at full because of the roost. We can go for the Flamethrower here. Maybe he doesn't outspeed us, but I doubt. What is Crocodile with no speed investment? 242, so yeah, he still outspeeds us. We have to go out into somebody other than, I guess, Buzzwole. I don't really like Buzzwole taking all this damage, though, but it's something we're going to have to do. He's going to fire off the Earthquake here, and we're just going to Superpower, you know? Because we can always come in later, sap up against Mew, sap up against the... I don't like... Why does that only take 35? What the heck? I don't get it. Although we can't really come in on these rocks anymore. Ah, the stupid Whirlwind, dude. I should have brought Fire Blast on this thing. Because we need to get a good switch in. Like, okay, finally. We can set up rocks. Rocks will definitely chip away. It doesn't KO Crocodile from this percent, but at least we get him up. He's gonna Whirlwind again. We go into Skuntank. It's easy flamethrower. Unless we go on a Dark Pulse, but we can just flamethrower this. He knows we have it. He can't live one with that. We could Dark Pulse, I guess, predicting the Cruel to come in. As he wants to go into Tensor we should have Dark Pulsed. But we can check Tensor after taking a couple 10% off that. I don't know if he has Black Sludge, so I'm gonna go back and check that. He does not have Black Sludge, so Tenta Cruel Utility. Dark Pulse does 27. HP Ground does a little does the same amount of damage as Dark Pulse actually, so it was actually bad prep to bring HP Ground. I don't have a solid switch into this at all, so I'm just gonna fire for Dark Pulse. He is faster. It does 20. Can we live another Scald? Does that be kind of clutch? Although we kind of needed this Mon for crap. Yeah, we kind of needed this Mon for Skarmory. Although this might be able to beat it with Scald. So if we can bring it down to just those two Mons, we can go out to this thing, I guess, and fire up a Volt Switch, KO this. We could also Iron Head, I guess. Volt Switch would kind of be good for momentum, but if we have to go for anything else, gonna have to Volt Switch. I don't really like how this is working out, but as you see, these are actually blacked out on this version. We are gonna go out into this, maybe pressure him to go right back out into Skarmory. If he is faster, maybe he'll Roost up first. Yeah, he's just gonna keep going into Skarmory. Although maybe we could have went on to our. We're just gonna fire off a Heavy Slam. If you want to Whirlwind us, you can Whirlwind us. I want to see how much damage this Heavy Slam does. 19. Give me something good and not something that's just gonna die, because now he can easily. Yeah, he just clicks. We lose freaking Skarmory because he Roosts here. Yep, and we lose it. Alright, so now we have to go out into this and fire. Okay, let's see Skarmory. Obviously, he's max defense. There's no way. I refuse to believe that all that damage is just. So we got into Primarina. Fairy resist. Skull does about 99%. Although he's gonna just sack Crocodile here. If he leaves it in, that'd be kind of nice. I just want to remove you from everything. Okay, yep, he's gonna sack that. Go into something that can beat us, like Mew. Because Mew would probably take like 2% from this, 41. He could go out into Delphox, which outspeeds us, goes for Energy Ball. He's gonna go out into Lopunny, which we don't really have a counter for since we lost both of them. I think we just lose the Lopunny now that we unfortunately got. That's why I can't stand Skarmory. Just saved my life, dude. We played horribly around it. All those Whirlwinds just completely wore us away. We obviously didn't get a lot of time to prep, but I can't blame it all on that. I should have brought Rotom Heat. Now that I look back on it and everything, could go for the Skull. How much does Lopunny do to my Primarina? I obviously have a lot of HP investment. All out attacker. Return does 60 to 72, and Skull does knock out. He's gonna Mega Evolve, go for the return. Does 70%. Skull knocks out. So we finally got rid of that Mon. We have to play carefully around the Skarm. Mew. We get to switch in on rocks again, which is always great. Mew, if he doesn't have the special defense investment that the standard set says. Scald is a roll to kill, although I don't want to take the roll. He can just heal up here, I'm okay with that. As though he just go for the Psychic and hits a crit and gets the Spit F drop. We can go for the Heavy Slam here, I guess. Ah, and he pulls the Fire Blast out. That is super unfortunate. Alright, so that means what? What beats this Mew? Nobody know. He has Salamence. Yeah, dude, I don't think we can beat this. We can go for the Z Iron Tail, and that does about 50 to 58. Why? Why does he have so much speed? Was that a speed tie? So he's max speed on Mew now. That's super annoying. I could have just went into that first. Why did I not think he had that much speed? Ah, because we can't even volt switch on this thing. God, it's so annoying. Just sacked our whole freaking team to that. And we need Primarina in the back to beat the Delphox. Except it really doesn't. Oh, that was a high roll to kill the Mew. This does 52%. So if we can close combat here, maybe he does something. Close combat here does 30. And you whirlwind me out. So 2 Scald. Scald should definitely kill from this percent. Or he can be faster. Okay, Scald still kills. Okay. So Delphox comes in, takes rocks damage. We do outspeed with the X Scissor. Does X Scissor kill Delphox? 38%. Scald, can you be slow Delphox? Could you miss that Fire Blast? Anything? You're probably Specs, Scarf, something. And we lose 1-0. Yep. GG, he was Scarf. So we lose to Scarf Delphox in the back. We played horribly with Salamence. We should have probably saved it there because, you know, somehow I thought his Delphox was, somehow thought his Mew was slow. Thought I had more defense investment. I was a horrible play to even go into it in the first place. But it is what it is. I can't be really too mad about how I played. But yeah, that is all for me. I am the Mighty Gliscor, the coach of your New York Gliscors, and we have another great start.